Hi, I'm Gillian and welcome to the show. I offer spiritual growth for the rebel soul, guiding you through the labyrinth of your own ascension path. This show is for the rebel souls that challenge the status quo, those that crave authenticity in every single aspect of their lives, that desire to embrace their uniqueness, follow their passions, connect to their soul, and live according to who they truly are, even if that means having the courage to go against the grain or the norms of society. If that's you, my spiritual soul seeker, rebel warrior, then this is the place for you. On this podcast, we speak about everything from spirituality, sexuality, conscious relationships, business, and literally everything in between. So if that's your jam, then stay tuned. And go on, be a rebel and subscribe. You know you want to. In this episode, we're going to talk about the resistance and the fear that will always arise when we start to take quantum leaps towards our soul mission, and how these moments are actually opportunities for us to grow and for us to hold even more of our purpose. So before we get into that, I want to announce that the early bird pricing has officially launched, for the Rebel Psychic School, which is my signature psychic and spiritual development program. Grab the early bird offer and get the best price that will ever be, lifetime access, you're going to be an OG, all future updates of the content, as well as bi-weekly personalized coaching from me for 3 months. This is the best deal that I'm ever going to offer, and it is for the OGs. It's for the people that really want to be part of building this program out. This is only the beginning of this program. There's so much that's going to be developed. And if you come in now, you're not only going to get it for the best price, but you're going to get access to helping that program develop in a way that is unique to you, as well as getting lifetime access. So all future updates for forever, pretty much. So if you're ready to step into your purpose, and if you are ready to fully grab your spiritual gifts by the horns, then this program is for you. It's for you. Simple. And if you want a taster, a little snippy of what's actually inside, then I suggest that you go and watch my free 3-day training to unlock your psychic abilities and connect to your spirit guides. So the link expires at the end of the week. I'll put all the links in the show notes below, but yeah, go check that out because it's just like a little taster and some really amazing takeaways of what is in the full program. So if you're interested, go check that out. So before I talk more about your purpose, I want to actually explain what your soul purpose is. So your soul purpose is your unique mission or your unique calling that you are here to fill in this lifetime. It's the deeper reason for your existence. It's the deeper reason for you choosing to be born in this particular time, in this particular era, with the particular experiences and gifts that you have. This is all part of your own soul's mission. Our mission, our purpose, it's linked to our own personal growth. It's linked to being of service to others and expressing our highest potential. So, when we're stepping into our purpose, it's all about aligning our true self and just living in harmony and peace with our passions, our values, and our spiritual gifts. Now, that's really important because you can't fully step into what you were meant to do here in this world and who you were meant to be and create that sense of fulfillment and peace by contributing to the world in a way that's just so deeply meaningful to you unless you follow the whispers of your heart and unless you listen to your intuition. Because without doing that, you're never going to be able to trust yourself to make those moves. You're never going to be able to get past the lack of self-doubt or the fear that is stopping you from fully making the bold moves that you need to make in order to live the life that you want. I'm all about living a soul-led life. So living the life that is guided by my soul, by my passions, by the things that light me up. And when we have tuned into our intuitive abilities, when we have opened our psychic or spiritual abilities, whether that's our healing abilities, whether that's our clairs, then we are then able to align with the right people. We're able to manifest fucking fast speeds, and we're able to understand who the right people are, where the right opportunities are for our highest evolution and our highest growth. And that is how you get to the place of purpose. We can't do it without healing the things that are stopping us from fully trusting ourselves. Like, we just can't do it. So that is why, like, this is the first part of what I believe is the healer's path, like our spiritual ascension path, which is purpose, which is we find our purpose by opening up and developing our own spiritual gifts. Because we all have very unique spiritual gifts. We all have a unique way that we communicate with spirit and that our intuition speaks to us. And how we master energy, how we work with energy. We might have healing gifts as well that are coming online, and we're meant to use them in some way that, again, is so uniquely to us. So, like, that all sounds great, right? And you're like, yeah, stepping into my purpose, all of that. And, it actually isn't smooth sailing. And I'm sure, everyone knows that, because if it was easy, if it was smooth sailing, then every single person would be happy, fulfilled, living a life of meaning, doing the work or being in the relationships that just truly fill them up, where they feel so aligned to spirit, where they feel so aligned and trusting of their path that they're not living in fear anymore, that they're living in true harmony and true peace with, like, most aspects of their life. But as the world we live in, that ain't true. That is not the case for most people. And, it's not like just rainbows and signs from the universe. Obviously those are part of it. But sometimes when we are stepping into our true self, when we are stepping into our purpose, there are things that are going to test you, because that's part of this path. That's part of the process, is the things that are going to test your strength. They're going to test your resilience, and they're going to test your trust in a big way. So I'm going to tell you a story. So I recently launched my 3 free-day training to unlock your psychic gifts and connect with your spirit guides, which was basically like a taster of my Rebel Psychic School program. And, I was so excited. I hadn't run this particular training before. So, when I put it together, it felt so completely aligned with my mission, and obviously my program, which I created ultimately to help other people open up to their spiritual gifts and connect with their own soul's truth. Because it's like, that is honestly the missing piece. That is the missing piece to what I realized is the key to really unlocking our true purpose, right? And I saw it. This is like a huge thing that I've been helping my clients with, my one-on-one clients, for such a long time now. And I'm like, oh my God, I can create this into a whole program. How beautiful. I can actually serve many at the same time rather than doing one-on-ones. So, the training went beautifully. Like, I felt so aligned. I felt so on fire. I, was really kind of finally stepping into that next level of my work that I know I was born to do. And as I said, I'd mastered working the close proximity to my clients and my private coaching. So, launching the group program was really that next phase of my own evolution, my own personal, professional, and spiritual growth. Like, it was that next phase, right? It was my test to be able to put something new together, to hold more people, to hold space for something much bigger than I was already doing, right? So this is what happens, right? It's like we just expand our capacity to hold more and more and more as we're stepping into like what we're truly here to do. But here we go. The very next day, after I finished my training, something happened that really did stop me in my tracks, but only for a little bit. So one of my Instagram reels went viral, okay? And, normally that is something to celebrate. Getting over 1.2 million views is wild. And it's something that, anyone that runs an online business and does online marketing knows that's great. That's amazing. That's what you're striving for, right? To beat the algorithm and get a viral video. Fucking great. But unfortunately, this time, some people started misinterpreting the message that I had put out on that post. Now, the thing that I posted about was spiritual ascension. And I know this isn't a concept that everybody in the world is going to get, right? And there were some people that twisted my message and my post into something completely unrelated. Basically saying that I was promoting some kind of harmful idea, which was obviously not the case. And, you know, unfortunately what I've realized doing this work and being so visible online is that there are some people that are on their awakening journey in this life, you know, and there are some people that will never like fully awaken to who they truly are in this lifetime, you know, and none is wrong. None is better than the other. It just is, right? Like we all have our own soul's path, right? We all have our own soul's evolution, and we're all here to learn and understand more about ourselves and overcome challenges and lessons in our lifetime, right? So whatever, everyone's journey is unique to them, and whatever they choose to do with their life is so valid, right? So, you know, there's always going to be duality in the world, like, and there's always going to be people that don't get this concept, and that's fine. You know, a lot of people aren't going to resonate with it, or, you know, or there are some people that just damn right want to cut people down when they are shining their light, or when they are talking about something spiritual, or they're talking about something related to healing. There are some people that just get so triggered by that because they haven't faced their own wounds, right? And again, there's no judgment here. It's just is, right? It just is. It's just an observation of the world that we live in. We live in the shadow and the light. We live in the duality. And it's actually one of the reasons I am so passionate about helping those that are on their awakening journey to fully step into their own gifts and to fully step into their own purpose and help raise the consciousness of humanity in whatever way that is unique to them, because that is part of their soul's evolution. You know, the people that are awakening, the people that I'm here to help, are here to heal themselves from, you know, any of their limitations, any of their limiting beliefs, any of their fears, their self-doubt, their projections, and, you know, fully trust themselves that they are here to make a difference. And, you know, these amazing people are here to make a difference in the world. They are here to make the world a better place in whatever way that is unique to them, whatever way aligns to their own passions. And, you know, everyone that is going through an awakening journey is a healer in your own right. So whether that's a healer in your family, your relationships, with animals, with, you know, the work that I do, it's all intertwined. There is no one journey that is the same, right? Because we're all unique, right? And like, I truly believe that. So, coming back to this viral moment, you know, that experience, that moment could have honestly have taken me out of the game. And, you know, even like a year and a half ago, it would have. Honestly, it would have. But I've built my emotional resilience. I have connected with spirit so much that I know that I have the answers to whatever's going on, and I actually don't need to fear anymore. I don't need to be in this place of fear. But, you know, the comments started flooding in. You know, I had people saying they were reporting my account, and I was suddenly faced with this fear of being cancelled, a fear of losing my platform, you know, my business, and, you know, everything that I'd worked so hard to build. You know, my business is online, and, you know, we rely, I don't want to say that word rely, but we work with and we use the platforms, the online social media platforms, to get our message out, right? Like, the internet is so amazing for so many things, right? We have access to so much information from all around the world, from so many different viewpoints that we never had in the past. But it also can be a demon in disguise, right? Because we have people misinterpreting messages, or doing it on purpose, or trying to cut people down, or online trolling. You know, it's a whole thing, right? You know, censorship is real. And, you know, I knew that could have some serious consequences. So, you know, the fear of the unknown, the uncertainty, I guess, started creeping in a little bit. And I could feel my old old patterns whispering, like, maybe you're not cut out for this. Maybe it's safer to stay small. You know, you shouldn't be so out there with your views. You know, people aren't going to get it. Like, you get my drift, right? But then I stopped. I was like, I just come out of the shower. I was looking at myself in the mirror, as you do. And then I just took a breath. And I reminded myself, Gillian, this is not happening to stop you. It's happening to grow you. You know, because every time we step more into our purpose, we're being asked to hold more. You know, we're being asked to grow our capacity for more trust, more faith, and more resilience. And this was my growth moment. You know, I knew I couldn't shrink back. I knew I couldn't go into that place of fear because that's such a low vibration. And, you know, law of attraction is a real thing. Instead of letting fear take over, which I maybe would have done in the past, like I just chose to lean in. And, you know, this is kind of where it gets magical, which is my bag. So before I left the house, I asked my guides and I asked my angels to help support me through this moment. Then I got into my car, turned on the radio, and the first song that came on had lyrics about how everything was going to be all right. Like, it was like a bit of a dance tune. I think it was Becky Hill, but it was basically the recurring line was, you know, everything's going to be all right, everything's going to be all right. And I was just like, okay. Like, I knew, you know, I smiled, I felt more grounded. I was just like, oh my God, thank you for that sign, because that was just, it was like instant. Like the minute I got in the car, instant. And then after that song finished, the second song came on. And this one, I'd never heard it before, but it was about stepping out of fear and walking your path with the light, with like a lantern guiding the way. And again, I didn't know what song this was. I'd never heard it before. But it was like the lyrics in it were just exactly what I needed to hear. It was the exact message that my guides and angels were giving me. The universe was giving me to let me know that I didn't need to be in fear, that I was stepping into my path, that I needed to just fully trust it and not let fear win. Now, I kind of started to cry a little bit because, you know, I'm a bit of a pussy. And, you know, again, it's just so many of these things obviously have happened to me in my lifetime, but it never fails to move me in a way. You know, every time that something just so beautifully profound happens, or it's just such a clear message that I've asked for, so instantaneous in such a cool, amazing way, like it never fails to, just move me to the point of just such appreciation and such gratitude and such like love and trust that I have this whole team in spirit that is working for me, and we just need to ask for help. And, you know, again, it was just a beautifully profound moment for me. So, you know, have you ever noticed like this pattern in your life? Because if you have, then it is a clear sign that you are also on the right path. Now, you know, what this experience taught me is what it means to truly hold your purpose. You know, like when we take quantum leaps, resistance is going to show up, but it's not there to stop us. It's there to prepare us. It's kind of like a spiritual initiation, you know, like expanding our capacity to carry the energy of our mission. And that's why, you know, sometimes we question our mission, we question our purpose because we think it's taking too long, but it's actually preparing us. Like, it's everything is in divine timing. We might want this or this now, but actually we might not be ready to fully hold that. And, you know, we will be tested with the universe to see if we can truly hold the energy of what we want, of the manifestations of stepping into our soul mission and our purpose, or going to that next level. Like, I can now look back even on the last year and see all the growth that I've done each quarter, and it's so clear to me of like all the steps that I took and how I had built my emotional resilience and my trust and my connection with spirit, and where I could see the places that I was being tested and where resistance was showing up, or where what seemed like a rerouting or a rejection was actually there for my benefit rather than for anything negative. So it's like, this is the beautiful thing. When we're so tapped into our intuition, we can see things from a much higher perspective, and we don't get like bogged down or or drowning in the victim mode, right? It just doesn't happen because we can ask spirit, we can ask our intuition, we can use our clairs, our psychic senses to ask for guidance, for asking for messages, for asking for clarity on anything, like about a situation, a person, an opportunity, whatever it is. We have all of the answers inside us. It's just about developing our skills and our abilities to access them, right? This is the missing piece, I truly believe, for most people in their life, and for why people aren't going after their dreams, why people stay in fear and self-doubt, and why more people aren't feeling like fulfilled and uplifted with who they are and what they're doing in the world. You know, like I know this is what I'm here to help other people to really move into it, because I can see everyone's potential. You know what I mean? This is, 11 years in specialized recruitment in a very advanced market within digital. I always had the ability to see so much potential in people, even in my employees, that I have hired over the years. I was able to really see the potential, even people that didn't have experience in our particular area or my niche. It's like you had all the qualities that I knew would make someone very successful, and all you needed was to develop certain skills in other areas, right? So it's exactly the same as what I do now. It's just I do it on a soul level, right? And instead of helping people with their careers, actually I kind of also do help people with their careers, because a lot of people that are stepping into their purpose, you will find that their career shifts. A majority of my clients are or have gone through a big transitioner period with their careers, because a lot of the times our careers are connected to our purpose. Not always, but many times it is. So, here's what I've learned. Fear is a teacher. It isn't there to stop you, but it is there to help you grow. Ask for friggin' support, guys. Your guides, your angels, and the universe, they're always ready to show up for you, but you just have to ask. Like, this is such a big thing that it's so simple, but yet so effective of what I help my clients with. And I'm like, did you ask? Did you ask what that meant? Did you ask what that was representing? That sign, that synchronicity, that vision that you got, that message, that feeling, did you ask for clarity? Or when you need something, if you're going into a meeting, if you're having to navigate a challenging conversation, if you've gone into fear, are you asking for support? Because your guides are there waiting for you, and they can't intervene. Yes, sure, they'll send you signs and synchronicities and hope you notice. But if you're not doing anything with them, or you don't understand what they mean, or you're not actually directly asking for their help, for their protection, for their support, then there's only so much that they can do, right? And this is, I think, what people don't understand is, like, they're there waiting for you. It's like you run your own company, right? And you have your team, and every morning you have to set an agenda with your team to be like, okay, cool, what are you doing for today? Or this is your role for the day, or this is what I need you to do, etc., etc., etc. This is kind of what it's like with our guides. It's like they all have a job, and they all want to do a job, and they're all there to support you for this common goal. But you have to direct them, right? You have to become that leader and have your spiritual team as like your army. Another thing I've learned is, look for the signs. Their synchronicities are everywhere, but you have to be open to them. And this is where, again, like, being present and noticing how spirit speaks to you. Like, in that experience, they spoke through lyrics on the radio. They spoke through music. Now, that is a big sign for me that I receive a lot of messages through music or through words or through lyrics. If you're clairaudient, which means that you can hear with your inner ear, that's one of your psychic senses. This is a way that our guides and our angels can communicate with us. So again, knowing your own unique individual patterning of how spirit speaks to you is so key. Otherwise, you'll just keep missing the signs and synchronicities, or you might see them, but you just don't know what they mean. And then stay aligned, no matter how scary it feels, like just staying in alignment with your purpose will always carry you through. When I felt that fear come up, I looked in the mirror and I was like, I just asked myself, I tuned into my intuition and I was like, tell me what I need to know. And it was like, you're on the right path. This is what you're meant to do. Like, this deep down. So don't let anybody or anything railroad you from what you're meant to do and from your happiness. No one else is here to live your life. Like, I know what I'm here for, and no one else can tell me different. And that only comes with trust and devotion and developing my connection to myself and my connection to trusting my own intuition and my connection to spirit, that I now am in that place where I have full devotion to following the whispers of my heart. And even if it doesn't make sense, I've made some wild leaps in the past, moving to Australia and setting up my old business from scratch when I'd never run a business before, building that 7.5 years and 7 figures, then taking the leap to completely leave that behind and move, and open my spiritual business. These huge leaps I could not have done without trusting my intuition. I could not have done without investing in myself and investing in developing my gifts, because I knew they were the thing that was going to change my life. And, and they did. So, all of these experiences is really deepen my commitment to my work and to the Rebel Psychic School and what I'm building. Like, I feel like I am building a movement with this, and I'm so excited for the people, one, that are already joined. So I'm so excited for all the people that have just joined, and also the people that are to come, because you guys are special. You're on your own special journey and you're here for more. Like, that you're here for more. Your gifts wouldn't be coming online if they weren't. You wouldn't be having that pull, that call to develop them, to explore the spiritual side of you. Like, that there's something on the other side of this for you, and you've followed your intuition and you've decided to join me in the Rebel Psychic School. So I'm so excited for that. So, but ultimately, this is why I created the program, to help other people open their spiritual gifts, connect with their guides, and navigate those moments of fear and resistance with trust. Because there were so many times in my life that I didn't. There were so many times in my life that I did ignore my intuition, and I was lost. I was unfulfilled. I had chronic illnesses. I was, stuck in a business that I had created that was like a monster that had trapped me. On the outside, it was successful. It was, 7 figures. I had a team, but I was so unhappy in it. I was not fulfilled. I didn't want to be there, but I was just like, I was ignoring my intuition. I was staying stuck because I was too afraid to move into my spiritual path. I was too afraid to fully let all of that go and take the leap into leaving that business. But I did. And here I am now. So, the Rebel Psychic School, it's not just about developing your psychic abilities. It's really about creating the most powerful version of yourself, because this is a truly transformational period. This is truly an awakening period for you. And, when you commit to doing this work, you'll start to realize that the challenges that you face just aren't roadblocks, but they are invitations to become the person that can hold the level of magic that you are here to hold. So if this resonates with you, then I would love to invite you to join me on this journey. You can learn more about the Rebel Psychic School and how it can support you in stepping into your purpose with confidence and clarity. And remember, the next time that fear shows up, I want you to ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? Because every challenge is really just a stepping stone to your next level. Like, when fear shows up, there's something amazing on the other side. And if you let it stop you, from taking that aligned action, then you're going to have to learn this all again. So trusting your intuition, being able to get clarity on the things that you need clarity on to take that next most aligned action, or not let yourself get stuck in fear or self-doubt, so that you can move towards a life that is soul-led, a life that is truly fulfilling and the one that you were meant to lead, then connecting with your spiritual gifts and intuition is the way to do it. So I just want to thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you found this episode helpful, then I'd love if you shared it with someone who you think also needs this message. And final thoughts, I just want you to trust the magic within you and around you, because it's always there. Until next time, stay aligned, stay grounded, and keep on walking your path, no matter who tries to push you off it. Sending you love. Until next time.